I got a feeling that we're going to start making a lot of Vancouver Canucks and Philadelphia Flyers related videos. Not just today, but over the course of the next few months. It's like, do I want to say it's like an ex-girlfriend? Nah, that's kind of bad, right? I don't know. We do this all the time as salty Vancouver Canucks fans. Maybe it's just me that's salty, but I think I'm speaking for a good chunk of the fan base when I say that there is a saltiness level amongst us that coexists habitually, that digs itself out once in a while when we see guys like Elias Lindstrom and Nikita Zadorov struggling, or we see guys like Andrei Kuzmenko doing well. I'm not the only one that likes to check up on former Canucks and decide whether or not Vancouver was in the right or wrong of moving past them when they're doing well or poorly, right? Anyways, let's dive into an article published yesterday by Patrick Johnson that got a lot of folks questioning the mindset that Rick Tocchet had when he was the coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, he was the coach. He's not the coach anymore. He's in Philadelphia, if you hadn't already clocked in. But this article will be linked in the description. Canucks, can Adam Foote fix this mess? Rick Tocchet gave his former right-hand man a lot of advice about how to shift from assistant to head coach. Now, that subheadline is not bad. In fact, I'd say it's pretty good. Tocchet giving his former assistant all the necessary info and advice that the guy needs to make that switch over himself and to go from assistant coach to head coach. That is great. If we scroll down and read what exactly it is that Foote said, when I told Tocchet a year ago I think I wanted to do this, be a head coach, he said he really wanted it for me. Now, a year plus later, he is. Perhaps a little sooner than he expected, but as Tocchet told him, these opportunities don't come around often, so you'd best be as ready as you can be. Let's scroll down to this juicy part of the article. On Thursday, after Adam Foote met with the media for the first time as Canucks head coach, Tocchet said he had really highlighted the need for collaboration in his conversations with his former assistant. Really empower your staff, Tocchet said he had urged Foote. When you're an assistant, you're focused on your own stuff. But when you're in charge, when you've got staff, give them the space. There might be things they know better than you. You have to feel comfortable in that. PJ then writes here that the Canucks had a great 2023-2024, but a terrible 24-25. Management was fired on this player recruitment last summer. The coaching staff got swamped with the Pettersson-Miller situation. For long stretches, the offense sputtered. There were a lot of lessons to be learned. For Foote, the question of how to fix the mess he's been handed is simple. Start fresh. We're going to turn the page, Foote said. I'm my own person. Learned a lot from a lot of great hockey people on my journey. And we have ideas, and we're going to apply them and get a game plan going here and move on. Now, this is the part of the article that garnered quite a bit of criticism from Canucks fans and, in particular, Jason Brough. You can take your pick as to whom it is this criticism is primarily aimed towards, but the article says this. The top of the list of turning the page, of course, is getting Elias Pettersson back to where he needs to be. He's been a star player before, but had a brutal season. The rift with Miller clearly affected him. He never really got his game going even after Miller was traded in January. And he was criticized by Tocchet and Alvin for his poor preparation heading into the season. Tocchet's advice to Foote is simple. Connect with Pettersson. Help him manage his daily experience better. Have an itinerary for the day, Tocchet suggested. When Petey walks in the door and we have our hands on him, give him a plan. This guy's going to work with you for 15 minutes on the power play sidewall, then this is going to happen, and so on. Foote, he's going to have a fresh start with Petey. Foote was a defense coach. They didn't have a lot to do with each other besides the penalty kill, the now Flyers bench boss noted. And a lot of people were going out there and responding to this in particular. Jason Brough had this post on Twitter. Pettersson is the highest paid player on the team. And Tocchet is talking about how, yeah, you gotta have an itinerary for him. Here's my advice to try to help him. Really connect with this guy. Make his daily experience better. That's how you're gonna get the best out of him. And it's like, hey, this is the highest paid player on the team? Like, from the description that Tocchet is giving to Foote, it's almost like you need to baby this guy. Even some of the top replies to this tweet. If your top paid player needs babysitting to perform, you've overpaid for a passenger, not a leader. After this many years, a high performer shouldn't need to be told what to do when they get to work. He's the highest paid player for a reason. Before Quinn Hughes' emergence into a top D-man in the league, Pettersson was by far their best player. The kicker here is that Pettersson got that good, and he received that contract without needing any of Tocchet's suggestions. Now, okay, we could debate that a little bit later. Maybe they should back off and empower him, not babysit him. It can have the opposite effect. They're treating him like he's special needs, like, okay. I think this tweet from Wyatt Arndt does give a nicer picture as well. Using the advice from the previous coach who couldn't get through to EP isn't exactly inspiring stuff either. LOL. So I guess Rick Tocchet's advice to Adam Foote on how to fix Pettersson doesn't really need to be listened to, just from my outside perspective. Obviously, I am not Foote, I am not Tocchet, I am not in those conversations, so I can't speculate as to whether or not Adam Foote would be willing to go through with what it is Tocchet says Foote should do. But maybe there is a world where Foote says, yeah, okay, you have your own idea as to what to do with this guy, I got my own idea. Let's just do something else. We'll try to work it my way. This might be the ultimate first test as to whether or not Adam Foote really is just Teemu Tocchet, coming in with the same game plan and the same strategies and the same impact offensively. There's a chance to change this, but we'll see whether or not it actually does go down like that. And before we end off this video, I wanted to go over one more perspective about this entire Tocchet speaking out on PD thing. Taj made a tweet replying to the Jason Bruff tweet saying, why is Tocchet talking about other players on other teams? He should be the last person they listen to, since everything blew up on his watch, no matter how much they try to deflect the blame. And I could understand this perspective too. It's like, hey, why is Tocchet going out there and talking about Pettersson? Not only is he saying stuff that's getting all the fans upset, like, hey, you need to baby this guy. You need to tell him everything that he needs to do. You can't just let him do what he needs to by himself and trust that he'll be able to get back into his own game properly. It doesn't seem like the room for that is available. It's just, hey, we gotta get everything planned out. We have an itinerary for Pettersson. We does this at this time, this at that other time, and then we talk about him here, and then we connect with him, and we try to reprogram the way he sees the game. That didn't work. And so now, we got Tocchet speaking about it as the coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, how to get a Vancouver hockey player going. It's weird, isn't it? And I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Whose side are you more so on? Is this a, what the hell are you talking about, Tocchet? Why are you talking about this kind of thing? Or is this a, wow, Elias Pettersson really needs to be babied kind of thing? And where do you hope Adam Foote goes in terms of coaching this player? Do you think it's more appropriate to follow the Rick Tocchet advice of having an itinerary, planning everything out, or do you think Foote should just let Pettersson do what Pettersson needs to do? Don't be so hard on him. Don't be so tight-gripped on every decision that he makes. Just let him play free and let him score some points. Do your deeks, bro. Do your deeks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Rick Tocchet speaking out on PD thing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.